Hey girl, so today I have my tattoos and piercings video, and I know everyone on the face of the earth pretty much has done this video, but I thought I'd do it anyway. And I was originally doing it with my best friend Safira, or Saf as you guys know her, and it was completely out of focus the entire video, so I'm gonna insert a clip of what happened here. It was really good, and I was really sad. And she went back to college because she's in college. That was stupid. She went back to college, or she goes back on Sunday, so there's no real time for us to redo it, and it's Wednesday now, so so I'm gonna have to do it solo, and I'm just gonna make an updated one when she gets back from school. And yeah, so I'm just going to start with piercings, since I feel like everyone starts with piercings and it just seems like the right thing to do. So I have a total of 10 piercings, and most of them are in my ears. I have 3 lobe piercings, and I have my tragus pierced on this ear, and then on this ear I also have 3 lobe piercings and my helix pierced, and I'm going to have up close clips somewhere here so you guys can see what it looks like up close. And on my bottom lobes are the first piercings that I ever got. I stretched them to a 0 gauge, and that took me actually about 3 years, and it didn't really need to take me 3 years, but I took long breaks in between some of the times that I was stretching until I figured out what size I wanted to be. And yeah, so that's the reason why that took me so long. But the first holes that I got, I was a baby, probably a couple months old, so I don't even remember like how it felt because I was so young. The second ones, I want to say, I know I got it sometime in middle school, not sure what year though, probably 6th or 7th, but I'm not completely sure. And that didn't really hurt at all. I guess out of like a 2 out of 10 if I was going to do it from 1 to 10. Was my third hole next? No, then I got my helix pierced, and my helix, it wasn't that it hurt, but the healing process was so horrible, and it lasts so long. Like, it took a year plus to heal. And as soon as I got that stupid bump on the back of my helix, like everyone seems to get when they get their helix pierced, and it took me literally a year to get rid of it. I had to change all of my earrings to hoops, these little baby hoops I have in. Had to change all of my earrings to that because of that one bump, and I would get like that weird like clog in my lobes too. And as soon as I changed it to hoops, I never had that issue. So I don't know, I think there's something with my body and studs. Every single time I put a stud in, I have a problem. So, but that the healing process was really, really bad. So I guess I would, for the actual piercing itself, I would say like a 4 out of 10, but for the healing process, I'd probably say like a 7 out of 10, because it caused me a lot of pain while it was healing. But yeah, that's it for that one. My third holes were next, pretty much the same as the second one, pretty much like 2 out of 10. I think I got that when I was in maybe 9th grade, maybe, I don't even know. My next piercing was my tragus piercing, and again, I know it was August of some year. I can't tell you what year it was. I just remember it was August because I was going on vacation. And this one I did not feel at all when I got it. It just went straight through, no problems with it whatsoever, but it did swell. I had like Beats headphones, and I put my Beats over them when I was on vacation. Like when I went on the plane and everything, I put my Beats over it. Big mistake. I can actually put like regular like earbuds in my ears, but I didn't know. I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. It's probably going to irritate it more. Put the Beats on, and made it even worse. It swole up so bad, like all of the area swole up, like my entire tragus swole up, and it was so bad, and I had so many regrets with that. And it took, I think, a month to go down. I wasn't having pain for a month, but I had pain for about between 3 and 5 days. I was like a kind of a throbbing pain that was a bit annoying more than anything. I wasn't like ready to cry. It was just really annoying. But the piercing itself, I have to give it like a 2 out of 10. Like I genuinely did not feel it at all. But yeah, that's it with that one. My next one, no, I said that out of order. My belly button was first, and then I got my tragus pierced. Whatever. My belly button was I guess I would say the most painful piercing, but it was just more of like the movement. The piercing itself, I got really like anxious and almost passed out because it was my first like body piercing. Everything else I had ever gotten was in my ears. So I wasn't used to ever getting pierced with a needle because, like I said, it was before my tragus, even though I said that one first. Oops. But since that was my first one with a needle, it literally scared the crap out of me. I wanted it so bad, but it was so scary, and my stomach was swollen for months. And it wasn't like noticeable, like my entire stomach was swollen, but just like around my belly button was pretty swollen. And I've just sitting down, getting up, any type of movement. The piercing done in June, which is when you take your like final exams and regents and all that. And I couldn't swim, couldn't do anything, big regret. So I guess I would say that was probably like a 6 out of 10 because it was the worst one. And yeah, so then the last piercing I got is my nose piercing, and with my nose, I didn't have much problems when I first got it pierced. Like, I would only really give it like a 4 out of 10 on pain scale, but it was more of like the healing process. Like, it's still, still don't feel like it's healed. Like, I still have that bump on there that everyone seems to get. Again, with cartilage piercings, you always seem to get a bump. And I have a stud in that, and I've gone to so many different piercing shops and asked them like, hey, will you change it to a hoop? They're like, oh, well, this hoop that you have, you can do it yourself. And I've tried so many times to take out the nose piercing and switch the hoop out, and my nose like swells up so bad. It gets so red. I can't put the earring in, and it just causes so many problems. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up taking it out some point in the summer, and then finding a place that will pierce it with a hoop, and then just get it re-pierced and call it a day, because I can't, it's more annoying, but I can't see myself without having my nose pierced, and I wouldn't want the other side pierced because I'm right-handed and I feel like it's weird to have it on the left side. So I'm gonna have to get it re-pierced, like actually have to, because I love it so much still, even though it gives me so much problems and it's taking so long to heal. But it's what it is, right? I don't regret any of my piercings at all. With every piercing that I ever got, and even with like stretching my ears, like I really thought about it, and when it came to stretching my ears, at least I did it very, very slowly. Like I said, it took me 3 years to get to a 0, and it's not like a big size where it should take me that long. But I really, really thought about what I wanted to get, and I researched it and saw how long was the healing process was supposed to be, what jewelry they pierce it with, all of that kind of stuff. I did my full-blown research, and that was the only reason why my parents really let me get any of them, because I feel like if I didn't do all that research and everything, they wouldn't have even wasted their time. Like, no, you don't know what you're doing, you're saying you like it, but you know nothing about it. You don't even know what it's called. Like, I learned the names, I learned everything. So I don't regret anything, since I took so much time and effort into learning about everything that I have on me. So, no. I already answered this, but I guess I'll say a very brief again. But my belly button definitely hurt the most. Sitting, standing, moving. It was bad. Yes, I do. Only with my nose, really, is the only thing I really have a problem with, and I'm pretty sure it's just because I need to have a hoop in. For whatever reason, my body seems to reject studs, or just not necessarily reject them, but really, really hate them, and reacts poorly to it. So it's just really my nose, which I'll probably end up getting re-pierced in the future anyway. But yeah. Yes, I do, most definitely. I only really want 4 more, and I'm trying to like stick to that because I'm like really, really anal, and I have to have everything evened. So I want 2 ear piercings, and or 4 2 on each ear, and I want my conch pierced on this ear, and I'm thinking about this just because I need it to be evened because I'm crazy. I'm thinking about getting, I'm not exactly sure what this one is called, and that's the reason why I'm like thinking about it still, because I need to do research on it, but getting right here in the front part of my ear pierced. And then on this ear I want to get my rook pierced, and I want to get a second helix. and that's pretty much it. So moving on to tattoos. I have two tattoos. I have one here on my hand and I have another one inside of my arm. And this first, or well, no, I'll say it in order. This was the first tattoo I got. I believe I got that tattoo when I was 14 or 15. I know that's like really young. And the legal age here in New York where I am is 18, but, or at least on Long Island. But I believe in like the city you can get like parental consent if you're like 17, I think 16 or 17. I'm not quite sure, so don't quote me on that. But my parents were there with me. Obviously I couldn't get it done in a shop if I'm saying that I live on Long Island and you have to be 18 and there's no parental consent or anything. Like, you have to be 18 years old and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Pretty much with that tattoo, it says John 3:16, and my parents were completely okay with it. Like I said, my parents were there, and I don't really feel like I need to do much explaining to that other than I am a Christian and I do believe in God, and that's pretty much just to represent my faith, and there's nothing really more to that one. And my second tattoo, I believe I got when I was 16. Not completely sure about that either. Yeah, I don't remember when yeah, I don't remember. Anyways, and that's just the one here on my hand, and it says Joseph in Japanese, and that is my brother's name. And my brother passed away. He would have been my older brother, and he passed away. And I know it's, some people are like, but you didn't even know him, like, why are you getting his name tattooed? But the thing is, it's more about, I've always, when I was younger, I was always like, I wish I had a big brother, I wish I had a big brother, I wish I had a big brother. And then as I got older and I was able to understand what my mom was telling me, she told me, like, listen, I did have a son that would have been your older brother, and during complications with the pregnancy, it was either he died or she died, and he ended up dying, and that was what happened. But my mom actually had 3 brain surgeries, so she actually had a tumor, the reason why she couldn't carry him. No, I don't regret my 2 tattoos at all. They mean so much to me, and it's very, like, loaded answer, obviously, as I just said, of everything, the reason why I love them so much. So even though it's not done the best, I can definitely, like, just go to a tattoo shop, and now that I'm 18, I can get someone to just go over it and fix it up a bit, and it'll look perfectly fine. But either way, it's about the, not only the experience, but just the meaning behind it. So even though it's not perfect, I still love both of my tattoos. I mean, neither one of them really hurt, like, super bad. I guess I have to say the one on my hand, just because it's, like, right on a vein, and so that one was a little bit, it was more of an annoying pain more than actual pain, and it just made, like, my ring finger twitch, so that was kind of weird. It was, like, a really weird experience. No, I don't have any problems with any of my tattoos. I never really did have any issues. I am a sweller though with tattoos and piercings, so I did swell up probably a bit more than normal, but since I know that I swell up really bad, I wasn't alarmed or anything. I just put, like, some ice on it and just made sure that I took really good care of it. But I never had any issues. This is a very loaded question for me to answer, because I want a few, and I want so many I actually had to make a list. So I'm gonna read my list now, and I'm gonna go over it very fast because it is a decent amount of stuff. So I want a quote on my right shoulder that will be for my mom, and it's actually from Taylor Swift's song The Best Day. So I want to get "And I love you for giving me your eyes" on my shoulder. And I'm not gonna go into all of these. It's gonna take too long. So the next thing, I'm a really huge Eminem fan, so I want to get a tattoo, like, dedicated to him, so to speak. And the next tattoo I would want to get is an anchor on this finger, like right here or here. I'm not sure. I just know that I want it on this finger or on the front part of the finger. And next I want a bird on my foot, the combination of a crow and a dove, and that also has like a really long backstory as to why I want that, but I want that on the top part of my right foot. Next tattoo I want it here. This is awkward to show. I want it on this part of my arm. Not sure if I want it on the left or the right side, but I want a sun and a moon. And the next one I would want, I'm sorry, this is very long, it's like 6 in, and I want a elephant head, like almost like an Indian style, like elephant head on my right side of my ribs. Next thing, I want a hemsa. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm gonna put like the word somewhere because I feel like I'm not saying it right, and also a picture of what I'm talking about because yeah. But I want that. And the last two that I'm gonna tell you about is one, I want one of the little like I can't even explain it, almost like a heart in my ear, but I can't really explain what kind. Then the last one that I want to get is a sugar skull on the in-between section between my calf and my ankle. I don't know what that's, is that your, no, that's not your shin. Your shin is in the front. Alright, I don't know what it's called, but I want it on that in-between area. And I just really love sugar skulls. I love the meaning behind it. I love the culture behind it, all of that stuff. So I love them so much. That's it. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, fashion blog, music channel will all be linked right here, and it'll be in, well, it's not linked here, wow. It will be all right here, and it'll be linked in the description. And that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. See you next Thursday, and yeah. Bye, guys.